Hi everyone, so today's video is a little bit different, and to be honest I don't really have any kind of direction that it's going to go in, but I feel like I already do put a lot of my life online. Today is Monday and I've realised that all the negativity that's going on in my life is affecting me in a lot of different ways, but mainly I haven't blogged in a week. For me, I do try to consistently update my blog every day or every other day, and I haven't in a week because I've just not felt like it, and that's really not me. So I feel like I owe you an explanation of what's going on without me disclaiming too much. I have a boyfriend who in general is, you know, he's a good person, but in terms of compatibility I find it very hard to meet people anyway, just in day-to-day life in general, not even just boys, but I find it hard to meet people who I can connect with. I've always been that way, even in school and college and uni and in jobs and things. I've just always liked to keep myself to myself, and I like to concentrate on things that I enjoy doing. Yeah, I think it all comes down to being a creative person. I like being in my own space, I like being quiet, I like, you know, exploring, I like adventure, I like to get out and see the world, I like to explore and try new things and taste the world. But for me, when it comes down to finding a compatible partner, and not even just in relationships, in friendships as well, I find it very, very difficult to find people on the same wavelength as me. That's something that I have to deal with on my own, and it's something I've had to deal with for years, and because of that it's just making both our lives very, very negative, but neither of us want to give up. So it's like really, really difficult for me to be happy basically, because I want to explore and I want to share my life basically, and everything that goes on and all the amazing things that I get invites to and opportunities that land in my inbox every single day. Like, my first preference to share those things with is my boyfriend, and I feel like I can't. Sometimes I feel like I'm being really selfish, because obviously when something lands in my inbox, or I don't know, something crops up, straight away I'm just like, oh, I'm definitely taking the boyfriend to that. But then half of me is like, that's expected, like anybody else would be exactly the same. Like, I read blogs every single night before I go to sleep in most cases, and majority of the lifestyle blogs that I read have boyfriends, and they're always doing stuff together, and they're always kind of blogging, whether it's like days out or meals out or date nights and things, and it's just, I really, really want that. That's right or wrong to want to do all these things with him, but then the other half of me is like, I shouldn't force my blog and my internet presence and stuff upon anybody. I just automatically assume that people want to get involved and want to kind of just be a part of me and my blog really, but obviously it's not always that way, and I feel like people that are not used to kind of like the digital world, such as him and such as anybody really, like even people in your family who are not used to, they don't understand blogging, because most of my family don't understand it still, just I can't force it upon people that don't understand it and just don't want to get involved. And I think that's me being selfish, but then the other 50% of me is just like, no, like it's normal to want to do all these things with your boyfriend and want to do all these things over choosing anybody else, because, you know, I do have people in my life that I could choose to do these things with, but I just want, you know, I want to review restaurants and review hotels and go to places and explore and eat at new places and stuff with my partner, the person who's meant to love me, for me. You know, however long you've read it, you'll know that blogging is my life. Like, it sounds really sad, but I do spend the majority of my time on the internet, but I have to keep up with the constant rush of the way digital media and this industry moves, because it is very, very fast paced, and if I'm slow or I'm lazy, then I get left behind basically, and then I find it very, very hard to catch up. So for me, it's normal for me to wake up, check all my social media, reply to comments, reply to emails. It's just a normal thing for me, whereas the people that I get into relationships with, not one of them really has been creative at all, so it's hard for them to understand what my lifestyle's like, and then it's hard for me to understand what their lifestyle's like because they're not used to the internet. Don't feel like I have, you know, people that understand me as a person in my life. And maybe that's where I'm going wrong, because, you know, he has his own interests, and anyone else that I've even dated, not even just been with, but people that I've dated have had their own interests and their own kind of separate life. Whereas me, my life really is just in this room. And it kind of really saddens me as well, because, you know, it's a really nice time of year. You've got Halloween coming up, and then bonfire night and Christmas, and then it's my birthday. And it's just like I want to share all these times and all the things that are going on in the world. When I say the world, I mean, like, you know, London. I want to share all these things with him. That's what's going on. It's just really difficult, but obviously if it's meant to be, things will work out. That's what people keep telling me, and that's what I'm trying to remember. It's just hard to kind of keep positive in that respect because of just constant knockbacks and constant letdowns. Maybe I just need to get out in the real world and meet people who kind of appreciate me and my creativity a bit more, but again, it all comes down to like me socially as a person, because I do blog full time. I'm in this space all the time, which is my bedroom / office, and it's just difficult for me to get out and meet people. I just don't get why I find it really difficult to meet people like me. I just find it hard to meet these people and hard to connect with people. Like, I think the first step is to connect with people, then meet them, but even just the connecting, I just find it really hard. And it's not because like I'm shy or anything. I used to be incredibly shy, especially at school, but as I've got older I've had to force myself into situations, especially with being a blogger. You have to be, not forced, but you have to have a presence where you're bubbly and lively in order to gain relationships with brands and PRs and, you know, fellow bloggers. So it's not that I'm shy, it's just people don't stick around. And you think, you know, being almost 23, people would be in my life who want to stick around for lifelong friendships and lifelong relationships, but people just want to leave, and it's just a bit frustrating. I don't have anybody that I can rant to without them telling me what I need to do, and it's frustrating because I know what I need to do. Like, I know that it's not healthy to feel like this, it's not healthy to be in a relationship like this and to have friendships and stuff that are just not gaining any positive impact on my life. But nobody knows how I feel because nobody is me. I can relate to a lot of you anyway, because a lot of you reply to a lot of my personal posts and they get the biggest impact, even more than my fashion posts. And a lot of you tell me that you've been through the same, or you know somebody who's going through a similar situation, and I just feel a little bit more at home, and I feel like, oh, actually I'm not the only person in the world who's feeling a little bit low at the moment, and that there are people out there just like me who just want to have positive relationships and friendships with people without them giving up and not giving 50-50 back and then just eventually leaving. You know, I know there's somebody out there who's going to comment on this video or comment on the blog post that will go with this video, and yeah, I guess I just want you to know that you're not the only one feeling a little bit shit at the moment either. I'm going to go now because I've got so much work to do, and it's not going to get done by itself, is it? So yeah, I will speak to you all soon. Don't forget to follow my blog, which gets updated relatively every day, but it's not been updated for the past week, and all my social media links, which I'll leave below or here, which you can go follow. But yeah, we'll see you all soon. Bye.